Welcome to a Delco Nerd Network hot take. What is a hot take, you may ask? Well, it's where a few friends sit down in the basement, we give our thoughts, give our opinions on a movie, a game, or a TV show. Today, me and my co-host Chris Trio will be reviewing a game, and that game is Batman: The Enemy Within, Season 2, Episode 5, the season finale for Episode 2. We're going to be discussing...
It's like everything. The whole series,
we're going to be discussing
every episode.
The finale, but
Not
also
in details,
talking about the other episodes in past.
Just what we thought about this season in general, too.
So, how did you think of this season in its whole? Because, you know, the finale really, like, wraps it up. So I guess you can't really... Episode 5 is really good.
It is. And, this is, like I said, this is more of kind of a review on the whole entirety of Season 2.
It's going to be similar to the way we did Life is Strange, where, like, with Joey, we reviewed Episode 3, but we also talking about the other episodes.
Yeah. So
what do you think about Season 2 as a whole?
Season 2 as a whole... It's gonna sound like I didn't like it when I start talking about a lot of stuff. But overall, I actually thoroughly enjoyed the game. It's definitely a Telltale. Like Telltale's games in general, I have a tough time keeping up with. Yeah. Unless like one I really loved. I loved The Wolf Among Us.
Yeah.
Walking Dead kind of fell off for me, but I think that was more of a general just Walking Dead thing in general, like as a brand.
Yeah.
But what else? So like and Batman, of course. Who doesn't love Batman? So I really enjoyed this. I thought the first season was awesome. There are some things where I'm kind of like, well, why are we doing this if he's Batman? But overall, I enjoyed it. I thought they presented some interesting, if not some kind of samey Batman stories in a new light. But what did you think?
I think this season was probably one of the best seasons Telltale's done since like The Walking Dead season 1.
All right.
I really like, as a whole, I like it. Mm-hmm. When you break it down into episodes.
There's some,
different.
Of course,
it's different.
Yeah.
But like, I really think like I've talked about this on the podcast before, and I think Telltale is really starting to not do too hot with some of these games. Guardians, for instance, is one I haven't played yet, and I don't know if it's done or not, but like nobody's talking about it, and it's Guardians of the Galaxy. You know, it's a big IP from Marvel that you feel like more people should be talking about. And I think that's just not the case at all.
It's true. And I told you this before, but I think the reason for that, at least for me, is like Batman, they took it and made it its whole own thing. Like Penguin's not like the Penguin in the comics, in my opinion. Like he's very different. He's a lot of different key changes, but like they don't seem to do that in Guardians. It just seems like it's like sort of different, but it's the same.
You know, they use the same team that's in the movies,
which is fine.
The only difference that like is like noticeable is like Gamora is green, like Drax is green like he is in the comics.
No, and
like the last season of The Walking Dead, which is the season 3, was pretty good. It's just they need to like develop a new engine and like kind of like kick themselves in the ass.
I agree.
I'm happy they're ending Clementine's story. That's awesome. I'm super excited for that. That's the next Telltale product, but you know we are getting a Wolf Among Us season 2.
Can't wait for that.
And that's where I'm just like Telltale, like step back and like remake your engine or do something.
It's not like it's like an extremely tasking engine either. Like they're
but you always there's always people talking about how Telltale games are insanely like glitchy, they crash.
Exactly. No, I agree with you. Is what I mean.
Yeah, they're a little.
Batman season 1 was tough with that.
Man. Like, they're slow sometimes,
and it's noticeable. But yeah, you're right. It's like you said, the Guardians just and they do need to upgrade their stuff. The reason this pulls me in so much definitely is because of the Batman element, and I think that's a big key, obviously, to why I love this one so much more than all the other ones. But anything else on the generalities?
No, not really. I like this.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna get a season 3.
100%.
Yeah,
100%.
100%. What they definitely set themselves up plot avenue with a lot of different things.
Totally.
I think they can pursue Joker stuff, which I don't think they'll do. But
I think they'll leave
not
it
right
for
away.
Yeah, of course.
They set up some Suicide Squad stuff with Waller, stuff with Gordon, stuff with
set it up for you.
True. Okay. Yeah, that's true. So
let's get into more of the nitty gritty. So, spoilers for the whole season if you're this far. There's one element that I don't like about this as much, and it's that after the first episode, I like that Waller figures out who you are. Because that makes total sense for a character. I mean, why wouldn't she figure out that Bruce Wayne's Batman?
Yeah.
But
I feel like a lot of characters figure out who you are.
Especially, I agree. Well, because you're just telling, especially if you want to, you can just tell everyone willy-nilly. But I don't like how you basically there's no point to being Batman in this. In a lot of ways, because the whole point
I feel
of
like
Batman
the beginning of the season is more Bruce Wayne focused.
I think it's total opposite. I think the beginning of the seasons you're playing as Batman, but then that point of where Waller figures out who you are, you're secret agent Bruce Wayne.
The first episode and maybe the first half of the second episode is a lot Batman. Then it scales back to Bruce, and then the last episode is more or less all Batman.
But I didn't like that because like the whole point of Batman is that Bruce Wayne. You don't know who he is, and you don't know that, so like it doesn't hurt Alfred and it hurt the people that he loves. But if he's just going in undercover as himself, that negates the entire point of Batman. At least for me. I like how they use it, and I thought it was all right, but I was just like, why is he Batman if he's just being Bruce Wayne to do this? He should be able to go in there as Batman, figure out how to get in while being Batman. If you're Bruce Wayne and doing this, I just didn't get it.
I will admit, I feel it's a little strange that they use Bruce Wayne as such a
face or like
he's he's involved with the pack like openly, like everyone knows who he is. It's a little out of character for Bruce Wayne, not Batman, but for Bruce Wayne.
Exactly.
Like, like in the comics, he uses what's the persona? What the hell does he call himself? He joins the mob, and he calls himself, like...
I can't remember who... I remember...
Matches Malone.
Yeah.
That's it.
Something like that.
He calls himself Matches Malone, and, like, he, like, infiltrates the mob as him.
Yeah, but it's not... He's disguised.
He's not Bruce Wayne. Yeah, he's disguised. But it's not like that at all. Like, Bruce Wayne is essentially just, like, there.
And
like,
it is
a little awkward, and this has nothing to do with the last episode, but, like, the setup of this.
Yeah, and I think the way that they... Don't get me wrong, ultimately how it's kind of used with the Joker stuff and all that stuff, I get it. It kind of makes sense. But it was like, well, why is he Batman? Like, come on, guys. Yeah. I want to be... And I do love the, like, there wasn't as many fight setups as I feel like there were in the season 1, which I actually really enjoyed, like, where you'd be like, all right, choose A to dive bomb or B to, like,
there's a lot less of them, yeah.
And which I thought were actually a lot of the strengths of, like, I get to choose how I'm, like, swoop from above or take from under.
I think stuff like that would have gotten old.
Not even... I'm not saying I needed that every episode.
No, but yeah, I think if, like, they can use that sparingly.
And it definitely, with the end, with the Joker fight and everything, it definitely punctuates that a lot better, having not fought as much throughout the series. So I guess it does work. But... That was my one kind of major gripe with this season as a whole. So
I just think the beginning of the story's pacing is a little odd. Like
we were talking about. I liked his.
It was interesting the way they used him. You know, he's like the grandpop or the father of the villains. Like he's the oldest, and he's been around for a while.
He seems a lot more competent than maybe some other.
Well, like he's a pre-Batman villain.
Yeah.
You know, like one thing with this series, we are seeing the origin of these villains. Penguin in the first series, and then we got Lady Arkham, which was really cool twist on Vicky Vale's character.
Definitely cool. Yeah.
I don't think we got anyone else besides Catwoman.
No.
Two-Face, but like Two-Face becomes Two-Face while Batman's.
See, yeah, and it's funny. He didn't become Two. Well, he did, but he didn't get the actual scar for me because I saved him instead of Catwoman.
His face wasn't fucked up for me, but like the last time he goes to the Wayne Manor and tries to blow you up, I did burn his body.
Okay. I think I might have actually done that
so
too.
his suit was like in half.
Yep.
Honestly, I wouldn't see... I think they put themselves in a weird spot there, like if they would ever to bring him back.
Yeah.
Sorry.
No, I definitely... That's one of those choices that I get why they're letting you make it, but I almost would have ultimately rather him always get the burn on his side no matter what. Because if he is
they might have to retcon.
That's what I'm thinking too.
Like a way. Okay, if you didn't make the choice, like something happens.
Yeah, exactly. Or he does it too, or he mutilates himself.
Going back to the final episode, so one of the big promotional things. Actually, real quick, I want to make sure it's recording, and I'll just restate what I said again. Okay, we're good. I like.
Just had a heart drop.
Yeah. And I'll just restart that sentence. So yeah, getting back to like episode 5, one of the big things Telltale was like hitting home with like the trailers and the marketing material was the vigilante or villain Joker, and ironically, you had villain, I had vigilante, which
worked out. I like that.
Which works out
because we get to talk about both of them.
Yeah. But before we get into that, speaking of the marketing material and stuff, they did some cool things that I did not realize for every episode they did a take on like a famous comic book
cover
or the animated series they did. Or
that one was really cool.
For this one, it was The Killing Joke, except instead of
the phone.
Yeah, it's a phone camera. It was cool. It was a cool idea.
It was.
They should keep doing that for every episode. They should like make it, pick a comic book cover and like, do their take on it.
Totally. And yeah, I think it really does. That was a really cool kind of hook to get people in on, and I think it works very well. And especially, we'll get into more of the details of how our Jokers kind of differed. But I totally just lost my train of thought. One thing I didn't like again was that there's a lot of kind of new. The first season was very different, very different from the comics.
Very ground level.
Very ground level. Like they took Oswald, made them his own thing. Obviously, they gave us Lady Arkham, and like we said, this one I felt like it, without kind of making you see it until the end, it uses
a lot of Batman lore,
like a lot of regular stuff that about Batman, which kind of I was like, oh, I kind of want to more newer stuff.
I don't think it's a bad thing because they can't act like all of Batman's lore can't be talked about.
Totally, and I'm not
doing
even saying
a new villain was a good move for the first season, and I think when they do the next season, they'll have to be like, all right, we got to do something.
We got to switch this up a little bit more again, yeah, because like the stuff with Alfred at the end. He's like, I'm gonna go because you can't, because I hate that you're being Batman. I'm like, that's a very old Batman cliche of like, Alfred can't do this anymore because you're hurting yourself. Blah blah. I'm like, and that's fine, it works here, but like, again, it's something we've seen before. And then there was another, even like the way the Joker plays out, like it's definitely different a little bit.
Oh, absolutely. I was gonna say the Joker
with the vigilante.
The way the Joker starts is very different. That's never been
definitely different. And I appreciate that.
The only Joker origin, actually, I think we have two. We have Death in the Fam. Is it Death in the Family or Death of the Family?
No, we don't get any. Death in the Family is when he kills Jason Todd. Death of the Family is when he takes on the whole Bat family.
But isn't that...
That's Killing Joke is what you're thinking of, is when he gets his...
No, I know. Yeah. But isn't there one where, like, it's the one where he's, like, has this, like, the short haircut?
So that's...
That one.
It's confusing, because...
But that is like
DC, it's not like an origin, really. I can't remember how he gets his... By the time you get into that, his face is cut off. That's when his face is cut off and he's wearing it like a mask. But what's established now in the DC universe, you obviously know this, but is that there's 3 Jokers.
Yeah.
So, like, he's one of them. I don't know exactly. I can't remember how he came. I think he's just so crazy, he cut off his own face to scare Harley or something. I can't remember if that's New 52 or not. That's like Greg Capullo's Joker. So this one they definitely took some ideas from. I feel like from my dad said this, and I thought it was very true. He looked like Willem Dafoe to me, the actual Joker model. I think he looks kind of like
your dad watching you play?
He came in one day and he's like, "Oh, is that supposed to be the Joker?" I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Oh, he kind of looks and sounds like Willem Dafoe a little bit." And not that they even actually directly took for him, but
okay.
I kind of liked the guy who plays the Joker,
Anthony Gruber.
Fucking amazing. Great. He is. He's
Dude,
up there. He really
so good.
His giggle and everything. It's good.
I tweeted at him on Twitter and I was like, dude, like
he's in the pantheon of Jokers. Yeah, he really is.
Really has. He did a fucking great job. And from season 1 till now, he really evolved the character and did fucking great.
He totally does, and they make you feel very empathetic for the Joker, which I could appreciate. Like by the end of it, I was like,
in the beginning.
And even near the end, I was like, man, I feel kind of bad because this is definitely my fault that he's like this. But like at the same time,
whichever path you take, it's very evident that they're hitting home that Batman creates Joker, which is a very
obvious. Again,
it's a theme they do a lot in Batman. Like the Joker is a creation of Batman. That's why he exists.
He is the yin to his yang, as they say. But I guess we'll get more into the actual differences on our Joker.
Yeah, so we were talking. So I had the Vigilante Joker. Vigilante Joker...
I'm going to pull up my stuff.
Essentially, like, during the season, you get a lot of hints that, Joker, wants to fight crime.
Yeah,
or be some sort of, symbol of justice. He likes Batman. He likes the idea of what he does. And, there's a scene where the Batarang. Yeah. So I think... And basically where this path strays and becomes villain or vigilante is in the 4th episode. He kills a bunch of people at a fun house.
Yeah.
And if you believe what he's saying, he becomes vigilante.
Yep.
But if you doubt him, he becomes villain.
Yep.
I believed him. I honestly was at a point where I still wasn't sure, like, if he, like, I did believe him. Like, I don't know, I don't think we ever really get the truth.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah, like, we don't really know. Like, that plot point is just
it's very
not
vague.
explored. Yeah, and that's cool. That's fine that we don't know that, because that's the...
Because that really makes you think about it.
Yeah.
And I guess that shows you, because I went the other way. I was like, John, I don't know. This is, like, fucked up, man. You shot him in the back.
And Vigilante Joker's look is a lot... It's, it's the classic green and purple colors, but it's a lot darker. Mm-hmm. Also, his hair looks like Batman.
Batwing.
Yeah, and he has, like, black on his face. And I think they did a cool job with his look. Mm-hmm. He looked really cool. And, like, as the episode progresses, things get crazier and crazier and crazier and crazier. And eventually, he breaks.
He eventually breaks, and then... So, I think the key difference, at least, with the way ours worked out, is that your Joker seems like he, like, by the end of...
He wants to be a vigilante.
Yeah, but then what switches him to make him go, like, what's the last straw?
That I'm not bringing in Waller or killing her. I'm essentially letting her go.
Okay.
That's why he gets pissed off. And then he's like, yo, like, she's the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like, and he loses it.
Turns on you at that point? Okay, so with me...
And that's when she brings in the Suicide Squad.
I'm trying to think, okay. So with me...
So I'm on the roof of, I guess, the GCPD.
And then he's not, like, so his demeanor towards you is like, he hates you at that point.
No.
What's that? Or once he makes the turn.
We went there, at that point, he doesn't, I don't think he hates me just yet. He just kind of, like, goes against you.
Okay.
Like... for a few, and he throws like bombs at them, and like you're trying to you save them, but one bomb like destroys the GCPD and you fall and like get impaled. And
Jesus, okay.
And like Selena is part of her Suicide Squad.
So does he come with you to the bridge to get Harley?
Yes, in episode 4.
And then what happens there? He just you guys get Harley, or do you?
Yes, but Joker jumps off the bridge
with her?
No, by himself.
Okay, so what happens?
And then he like finds some dudes at that bar, and that's when they form their little gang. Because once we go back to the Riddler's tower thing, he shows up with these like Joker like henchmen people.
And at that point, he's against you.
No,
he's with you. Okay.
Yeah,
all right.
Yeah.
All right. So with me, I was like, John, I don't know, man. I doubted him. I was like, I think he just fucking killed these guys. So then he kind of has this mental break, and he's like, I fucking knew it. And he starts
we used him to get Harley.
Basically, he was your in to get into.
But then he tries to shoot Waller on the bridge.
So for me, we get to the bridge, and he's there, and he gets Harley, and then he declares like his love for her or whatever.
Oh, he doesn't do that.
So for me, then
he
kisses her.
I convinced him that she doesn't like him.
Oh, okay.
I convinced him that she was using him.
So he goes to help her, and then they set off a bomb that's on. He just grabs it and flicks the bomb, and then he kisses her, and then
did she make out with him?
Yeah, they make out, and then he's got like the red all over his face, and he goes, ha, 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 and then he jumps off the bridge with her, and I was like, that was cool. I really liked that.
Wow.
So then,
this is interesting.
So then you're tracking him down. And I can't remember how... So, Jim calls you, at least for me.
Jim is fired from the GCPD at this point.
Yeah, for me too. And he
shows up at that crime
scene. And he's like,
scene,
Batman, it might be the Funhouse. I can't remember if it's Ace Chemicals yet at this point. And he's
we found out that we had to go to Ace Chemicals when we went back to the Riddler's lair thing.
Okay, yeah. So, Jim calls me and he's like, Batman... he's trying to lure him there, but halfway through he's like, I can't fucking do this. Joker's waiting for you. I'm sorry. Blah, blah, blah. So he like breaks out.
At the Funhouse?
Yeah, no, I think it's at Ace at that point.
So what happens in between that? Because you do things before that.
I'm trying to remember.
How do you find out to go to Ace Chemicals?
Jim calls you. You're on the road and you get a call from Jim and he's like, hey, I'm at Ace Chemicals. They got bombs. And he's like, and he cracks in the middle.
So what happens before that?
You just get in the car. I can't remember. You just like literally going somewhere, and then he calls you over to there, and you get there, and he basically did it to get the maps of where all the bombs are at from Joker.
Okay, so he does not do that for me.
Okay, and basically he gets the bomb map from Joker, but as he's walking out, Joker shoots him in the kneecaps, both kneecaps, and he's like, Jim.
Really?
Yeah. So he's like,
so he paralyzes him.
He doesn't. He shoots him in the legs. So he's like, and he's to slow him down because he's letting him go to go tell GCPD where the bombs are at.
Is he walking later?
No, he's on like crutches and stuff. Like he's walking.
He's not like Oracle status.
No, I'm pretty. I mean, he might. I'm trying to remember. I don't know if you even see him near the end, like to see like how fucked up he is.
You see him a little at the end.
So, anyways, you get
this
there.
Is a huge difference.
No, I know. So we get there, and then Joker comes out and he knocks you out, and then you wake up in the funhouse. Now, yeah.
We never go to the funhouse in episode 5.
Okay, so we wake up in the funhouse, and you go out, and Selena's there with you.
Okay.
And basically, did you tell them that she was the spy, or did you give up yourself? Did that?
I gave up myself.
I told him it was her. No, I
fucked her over.
No, because I had assumed that she wasn't there. And, like, she could get away. Like, from the... But no, she gets thrown in the death box immediately.
Oh, I got thrown in that thing.
So she gets thrown in there. You go
box.
And, basically, you get back. Waller takes her, and that's how... And then somehow she gets away. Oh, no. Joker ambushes a bunch of... What's it called? Agency agents. Takes her and kills the rest of them. And, basically, you have to get out of that somehow. And the way you got to do it is either... You have to give the key to Selena. And you can either give it to her or take it. Or keep it for yourself. And I was like... Since I was like, I'm sorry, Selena, go take it. And then she's like, haha, bitch. And she starts walking towards the other door, and she's like, damn it. And then she walks around and comes back to me.
Does she like you?
Yeah.
Okay. I told her
Which
I
is
love her.
Yeah, so...
There's a point where she saves you. Like I said, you get the...
I said, let's keep it professional.
Remember
I was
when
like,
that building gets blown up? Like, you get fucked up.
Yeah.
Like, there's a piece of rebar.
Did you tell her Jim was coming for her? Either?
No,
I didn't either. Yeah.
Wait,
So Jim's going after her. Gordon.
Jim never goes after
Gordon goes after her, and he goes, don't tell her, or else.
In episode 3?
Yeah, it's way back.
Oh, yeah.
So, you didn't tell, or did you tell her?
I think I told her.
Yeah, so I didn't. Yeah. So, like, I was kind of surprised. I thought she hated me, but by the end, she actually ended up, like, loving me, I think.
Yeah, so, like, she saves me from, like, the fall and, like, the rebar, and, like, she's like, you know... Mm-hmm. Fucking hand over, like, carrying me, and, like, one of the dialogues is like, I love you, and I'm like, fuck
it. So you go through the fun house, there's some things that Joker has you do, and then you end up, through it all, you find out that he found out Tiffany killed Riddler.
Yeah, Tiffany kills Riddler for me, too.
Yeah, so I think, that's a regardless thing, and basically he figures it out. She goes, like, he said he could spot another psychopath or something, so... At the end, you're sitting down at this table.
So was he convinced that Waller did it?
For me? For who?
For you.
Like Joker?
Yeah.
No, he was...
Okay,
he didn't know.
He was very convinced Waller had killed Riddler.
He didn't even mention it at all, and then he was like...
huge...
By the end, he was like, yeah, she's crazy as me or something. So, at the end of the funhouse, you get to a table, and it's you, Alfred, Tiffany, and Catwoman.
That does not happen for me.
And basically, Joker's telling you to play it, and it's cool.
So who is Tiffany at this point for you?
By the end, at that point, she was helping me. I told her I was Batman, and she said she'd help.
I didn't tell her I was Bruce Wayne.
Because I made her feel so bad for like trying to turn me in. And I told her I was just honest with her.
I think at that point I didn't want to be honest with her, and I pushed her away. She joined the agency.
See, I was like. I was very forgiving, I guess.
Well, I told her, I'm like, you should join the agency, because Waller, like, offered her a position. I'm like, yeah, you should join.
But, like, basically, you tell her that you're Batman, and then she's like, oh, I don't know what to do. He's like, well, it's going to take a lot of work, but you can come work for me. And then at that point, that's it, and now we're at the table. So, Harley's going through some whole thing, and she's like, Joker goes, Harley has, like, 4 rules. You can't do this, that, or the other, and then he goes.
Harley's, like, totally, like... not involved in the main port.
Interesting. See, okay, and then he goes, oh, my only rule, Bruce, is for you to stop me. And then, like, so at this point, I totally forgot. He basically Joker makes you go, that's what I missed before. He makes you go to Wayne Tower because he makes you think that one of the board members was giving him weapons, and then you show up there. It's basically to draw you in with every single board member there, and that's when Joker makes his first appearance, and like his guy walks in, he's like, may I present to you
Bruce Wayne?
Bruce Wayne. Because you go in, you basically go back there to just check out something, you realize they're having a board meeting.
Is half your ear gone?
Half my ear?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, from like
Arkham.
Yeah,
okay. I was just
well, not half of it. I got like a hole.
Yeah, it's like a hole.
Yeah. So
I was just curious.
And they're having like a budgeting meeting and like basically talking about how you've been a piece of shit. Like when you go in with Harley and John Doe at the beginning, like in the earlier episode, and you burst in and you're like, what's going on? And then Joker, and then you realize this was basically just to get you and all the board members in the room. Joker shows up. He's in his whole it's weird. He has one eyebrow shaved. which is weird.
Really?
And then he's got like one green eyebrow. He's got like the slicked hair, and he's got like this bright pinkish purple suit with like green flowered. It looked cool. I actually really liked it.
So it's more of a traditional Joker look.
I'd say actually less. Yours sounds more traditional than this one.
I mean,
like,
he
like it's very floral and it's a lot more bright. So like you see.
Sorry, viewers.
Yeah, sorry, I can't. You're not gonna see that, but he's very bright. He's wearing like pink around his eyes instead, and it's cool. I really liked the way he looked and acted, and how basically you make him so confident. Yeah, that's interesting. See, I'd say like this is more classic Joker to me, whereas that looks a little bit more.
That's like very Killing Joke-esque.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But yeah, he basically comes in and it's that classic Joker. If he's living for you to stop him at this point, like he's just like giddy to see Batman because he knows he's going to be in for a fight.
So what happens with mine is so at the Watchtower, Waller has Catwoman, Harley Quinn, and Bane.
Waller has it. Okay.
Waller kidnapped them all, and she essentially doesn't drop Suicide Squad, but it's supposed to be
Suicide Squad. Yeah.
The Suicide Squad. She upgrades Bane's Venom. He has the mask now.
Okay.
He tries to fuck me up. Me and Joker stop him. By the way, Bruce is like, Joker's a good fighter.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, he says that to Alfred after he picks them up when they're like going to Ace Chemicals.
Yeah.
In the Batmobile. Plus Bruce Wayne got like his arm like crushed by. Or Batman got his arm crushed by Bane because he like
he
grabbed it.
Okay.
So they were like pit stopping before.
Yeah, I don't have a Suicide Squad. I'm pretty sure Bane's dead. In mine, if I'm not mistaken.
I didn't die
from the chemical. He drops one of the bombs, or drops one of the chemical things.
The virus?
I'm pretty sure like him. Did you save Mr.
Freeze?
Yeah. Did that happen for you?
Agency
Did you have to give him? Yeah, but like they were gonna was he in this like little room area and you had to either turn up the temperature or turn it down?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Did you turn it up for him after he gave you the info? Or did you just leave him?
I think I just left him.
Wow.
I forget.
You asshole. I turned it up for him because I was like, thanks, man. And then I was like, it's alright.
I might have. I don't remember. But, I think I did. Maybe.
So by the end, I did feel like I gotta say.
Let me go through mine.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. My apologies.
Well, I know you didn't talk about your end.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was gonna say keep.
Yeah, let me. Well, then we'll talk about the ends together. So after we do that, we look through our contacts list of people that we could use against Waller before we go to Ace.
Waller.
We go back. We go back and find out Ace Chemicals later. After that big explosion, we go back to find Ace Chemicals, but we get ambushed there by the Suicide Squad, and now we're like, all right, we need to fucking take care of Waller. Avesta is the clear choice way to go of the contact. She knows I'm Batman, by the way.
Oh yeah, she knew that she's the one who tells Waller.
Yeah. Okay. So, she's in, she gives me the info I need, some some redacted like files that like pin Waller as a bad person. And I offer her the job in Wayne Industries.
So Waller's your big bad guy by the end.
What?
Waller's basically your bad guy by the end.
Yeah.
Totally opposite of me. She's working with me, and she's
and Joker's just with me during this.
Okay.
Waller comes up to the top of the, Joker's hiding. I'm just talking to Avesta.
Yeah.
Waller comes out with the Suicide Squad, and she's like, you think
hey, bitch.
Dude does the typical Waller thing. You think I'm bad, but I'm not. I'm doing it for the greater good.
Yeah.
These are the bad people. I'm using them.
Yeah.
And then yada yada yada. But I'm still a good guy.
Come on.
And we make a deal, and the deal is what is the deal? She doesn't release that you're Bruce Wayne. She doesn't tell anybody. And she gives you Selena, I think.
Okay. See
And doesn't.
And is that when Joker breaks?
And that's when Joker's like, what are you doing? Like, you can't make a deal with her. She's the enemy. And, loses his shit. And that's when he, throws bombs at them. Sorry, I'm
no, you're fine.
I'm getting over a cold.
No.
And I get one of the bombs away, throw in the air, blows up.
Yeah.
The second bomb, destroys GCPD. After a brawl with the Suicide Squad, they give Harley an electric hammer, Bane's, I told you, and then Catwoman's just normal.
All right. Catwoman's just
Catwoman. And we fight, and like Catwoman's like, just make it look realistic, and they're fighting, and
Yeah.
we have a brawl, and the building blows up. We get fucked up. Catwoman, like I said, saves you, brings you back to.
Did you let her in the cave?
Yeah.
Yeah. See.
Yeah. Brings her back to the Batcave. Alfred's like,
Oh, I'm Alfred. Yeah.
my hand tremors. Does he talk about them?
Yeah, all the time.
Yeah. I'm like,
Alfred.
fucking Alfred. And like,
He is an old man.
we go back to the thing. Tiffany is there working for the agency. Waller sends her there to figure out where Joker has gone because we don't know where he went after they blew up the building. Gordon is there as well, fired from the GCPD. We find out there is chemicals.
Not Commissioner Gordon.
I'm trying to think what exactly. So Joker captures Waller and is like interrogating her there. Harley comes and tries to stop us. We stop her.
Okay.
We go to Ace Chemicals. And this is where, like...
Yeah, Suicide Squad, please.
This is where the scene happens where, like, okay, the confrontation, the monologue.
Yeah.
He, admit you killed the Riddler, and, like, he really thinks it's her. Tiffany comes out and is like, it was me. And he tries to kill her with, like, a Joker
Why
ray.
is he trying to kill Riddler, though? Didn't he hate Riddler?
Not Riddler, Tiffany.
No. I'm sorry.
Why
is he trying to, like, avenge Riddler? At this point.
He doesn't hate him.
He didn't? Oh, I guess because
He's not
by the
trying
end
to
for
avenge
me...
him. I think he just...
Oh,
he's
he's trying to do the right... Yeah, you're
he's
right.
A vigilante.
He's trying to do the right thing.
He's trying to get
yeah.
justice.
That's interesting.
That's his point.
That's cool. Okay.
But, like, like, you have a lot of monologues where, like, don't kill. Like, you like, like, that's like...
That's the
rule, code, yeah. Don't kill, and, like, Joker's like, well... he kind of, like, evades the question or the comment and moves on.
Okay.
And then we have the fucking brawl of a lifetime.
the
fucking last fight, which I assume you have a similar
fight,
beatdown.
Definitely, yeah. And
I came out victorious, and I think you can lose.
Really?
There isn't, like, I think an option. We'll get to it when we get to our final things. Where, like, it was like, you beat, like, percentage, you beat Joker, and then... the last question, which is the same in both versions, is like, were you really my friend? And what was your answer to that?
I said we had some good times. Yeah. So did he stab you or no?
No,
that's what he does. He's like, I'll give you this to remember me by. And
his shit was kicked in by the time he was.
I had to bring him back to life.
You killed him?
No, like he was dead for.
Oh my god!
No, I resuscitated him.
Oh,
and that's when he goes.
This shit out.
And that's when he goes. We had some good times, didn't we? And that's what I felt bad. Like they made me feel bad for him.
Oh, because I was like, he was
this was my cause. Like this, like that's why I
really tells you that at the end too.
Yeah.
And like at other points, like you created this.
Yeah, and
guy.
That's why I felt like I just felt bad.
And I don't like Alfred in this series, especially in this.
He's
season.
very Alfredy.
He's very against you.
I wouldn't even classify it as against.
He looks out for himself a lot more than he sticks up for you, which is very not Alfred, because you feel very dedicated to Bruce. Period.
I don't know if I'd say that. Like throughout the season, I feel like he's definitely trying to push you and trying to help you out. But by the end is when he falls back into, I feel like, what is a classic Alfred storyline of like, you're being too hard on yourself. I saw your dad do this in some way or another. I can't see this happen to you, so I'm not going to do this. I would have more appreciate so at the end, I know you chose opposite of me. You can choose Alfred's gonna leave and you can be
real quick. Back to the Joker thing. I told Joker that like we were never friends. And I was thinking about being the good guy and saying that answer. And it was a lie. It really was. Like,
and I mean that's the thing, I guess for me,
preconceived notions, we know the Joker's bad. So like automatically you don't trust him, but even though I felt like the whole time I was playing him.
That's the thing, and that's why I think
I was actually.
It really feels like you're and even there's one question where he's like, "How do you get a girl?" And I was like, "You manipulate them." And I was like, "Wait, why the fuck would I say that?" Because obviously that's going to go back around.
I remember that, and I think I forget what I told him.
I was like, you manipulate him, man. And I was like, wait, why would I tell him that? Like, he's going to take that the wrong way.
Yeah.
And like...
Yeah, when you're drinking like the slushy.
But that's the thing. Like, I was trying to put as much of that preconceived notion for me in the back of my head as
I wasn't.
It's tough. I'm not saying it's easy to do, because
like,
he's a Joker.
And then Joker was like, dude, we're fucking mortal enemies now. Like, you're done. Like, I'm coming. Like, we are
Like he viscerally hates you.
me. He fucking hates me.
See, whereas with mine,
and
by
he
the end
even
of it,
says, "You made me. Like I'm the reason I'm this way."
Yeah.
Like,
and
it's like, holy.
See, it's
shit.
funny. You think so? Like he almost seems less with me. He's that classic, more Heath Ledger Joker of like. This is fun. I can see us doing this for a long time. Like, he wants him dead, but he doesn't want him dead. Whereas with you, I feel like he doesn't, and he knows who you are. See, that's an interesting thing.
I feel like to keep his game going, he won't tell.
See, but like, whereas with your character, I could see him doing that because he wants you dead. Whereas like where my guy is like, he loves the thrill of the chase with Batman. He's giddy, and like by the end, he's sitting in his cell and he has a doll of Bruce Wayne, and he's like,
that doesn't happen. That's so weird.
And he's laughing and he's like patting his feet in the bed, and he's like,
really? Wow, that's not how he is in mine. He's not. He doesn't seem unhinged like that. He seems more like
he's like totally social. Like he's just disconnect. And I thought that was like, oh, this is
so.
Cool.
What happens okay? Well, let's talk about Alfred because the last scene is that. The after credit scene.
Yeah.
So yeah, I told Alfred to fuck off. I'm gonna be Batman.
I was like, I'm gonna be Batman again anyways.
Dude, leave.
I want Alfred around.
Leave. Just leave.
Yeah, I'll stop being Batman for now, but I know. See, I actually did this because one, I kind of hope they do take a different way, and that you might not be Batman for the next season. And I don't think they will. I think you're gonna be Batman.
Yeah, there's no way.
And the whole point is, I think Alfred's gonna see the need for Batman in the next season, and I think that's kind of where they might go with it. Obviously, so he just left for you. I wonder if he even comes back at all. I wonder how that's going to work out for you in the next season and for me, because that should be interesting. But with me, Waller ends up being my friend by the end.
Oh, I told Waller to get the fuck out of Gotham.
We're buddy. We're
that was the deal. I won't tell you. I won't tell people who you are. You don't spread this dirt on me, but you have to leave Gotham.
Yeah,
take the agency and get the fuck out.
So with me, by the end, I can't. Oh yeah, it's after the fun house, so it's after I beat him up, and when he stabs me, he's just...
I never get stabbed.
So he stabs me, and I roll off him. He's beat to a pulp at this point. He's like, and he just starts laughing off into the thing, and then you kind of pass out, and you wake up in the back of like an ambulance, and Waller's there.
Yeah,
and she's
similar thing.
And she's like, "Hey, what's going on? Good work taking down Joker and the gang and blah 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 blah. Is there anything you need me to do before I get out of here?" And I was like, "Yeah, can you wipe Selena's record?" She's like, "What record? Can you reinstate Gordon?" And she's like, "Well, I don't know if he's going to take it, but sure, I'll reinstate him."
See, I never got those options.
And what was the third one? There was a third one. Tiffany. She's like, "What do you want to do about Tiffany? I can..." Because basically she goes on the run after that for me. Cause
she's working for the agency.
And she's like, "What do you want to do about Tiffany? We've been tracking her. We can track her down and take her in for Riddler." And I was like, "Just leave it to me." So, did she show you her vigilante garb ever?
Whose?
Tiffany's.
No.
So she shows...
She works for the agency.
Yeah, and I was curious in the beginning, because she does a job... I guess because you never told her you're Batman. Yeah. So I tell her, and she starts talking to me, and she's like,
maybe they're going to make her into Batwing.
I'm curious how they're going to work, because, yeah, it's usually Lucius' son. But she shows you in, like, episode 2 or 3, maybe 4, like, this drawing of her outfit. And when you catch up to her at the end, she's in it, and she has her drone and everything. And so she doesn't give you a drone. She gives you this big purple drone thing?
She uses it, yeah.
She gives it to me to use, and then she flies with it off in the end. So basically, you can either tell her... it's because it like attaches to her back. Yeah. So you can either tell her you're on the roof, and you can either...
She's going to be Batwing.
So you can either be like, "Fuck you, I'm going to have to track you down. I'll give you a chance to run, though." Or you can be like, "I'll take you under my wing, but it's going to take a lot of guidance, blah, blah, blah." So I did that.
Whoa.
So...
Robin.
Yeah, exactly. So she's going to be like...
So, yeah, we haven't had a Robin yet.
No, and I don't think it's going to be... I think they're going to make a totally new character with her. Like, because from the way her outfit looks... I mean, they could call her Batwing.
So for me, she's going to get on the agency plane. I think she got a promotion or something. And she, like, kind of tells Batman to, like, watch his back. And I tell her to, like, you better watch the agency. Like, you better watch who you're working for.
And then...
They definitely, like, knew that they weren't enemies, but...
They might be.
If they cross paths, you,
that's going to be...
And Batman's like, but you know Waller, and you need to realize you're working for
she's definitely becoming more of, like, a like a daughter figure for Bruce for me in the way of like because you say you'll forgive her and she runs up and gives you like a gigantic hug and then like it's all well and good. And then another thing with Waller, by the end for me, she's like, all right, I'm getting the fuck out of this town. I hate it here. Don't worry about me telling anyone you're Batman. We're straight. And then she leaves. And that's it with her. But
so in the last scene, Joker's in Arkham.
Yeah.
I don't know. Doing like he's not acting that crazy, but yo, it's raining outside. It's a typical night in Gotham. Batman's sitting on the
Perched.
not perched. He's like hanging off the side of like a steeple, and he's like looking at him.
he's guard, yeah.
And the lightning comes in, and like Batman's face comes in, and Joker like looks at him, and like he starts laughing, and he disappears. Oh my God! Like Bruce Wayne is fucking watching.
See, yeah, I wasn't on. So I wasn't
like,
on the roof, obviously.
It was pretty intense.
No, like, but that, like I said, that
like
scene when
mortal,
Joker's like
they're both,
like they
hate each other.
See, for me, it's more of like my Batman feels bad for him because like he's like I did this and I gotta recompense for it. But like I said, he's just in his room. He's got like a Bruce Wayne doll, and he's like like just giggling all over himself. And he looks out and he sees the bat signal out in the distance, and then he starts laughing even more maniacally, and then it kind of cuts out. But
all right, so that's the end of the episode, pretty much. Yeah. But when the credits roll, we get a bunch of stats
on like each person.
People. So we'll start with Harley, because that's the first one.
Yep.
So mine, agency asset, Harley Quinn. You and 50.1% of players dismissed her importance to the agency. You like tell her she like they're using her. Harley was ecstatic that the heist at Wayne Enterprises went off without a hitch. She was furious that the pack abandoned her at the agency convoy raid. Harley felt a momentary sadness when you admitted your treachery, but still condemn you to death. That was when we were talking about that earlier. Harley was heartbroken when you convinced John to subdue her. While she works for the agency, Harley worries she's just another one of Waller's pawns.
All right, so mine, you and 37.6% of players revealed Joker's lie to her. So basically, Joker never tells her that he gave the bomb plans to Gordon. And so, do you know why she wants the bombs to go off?
Harley?
Yeah, because okay. So basically, she's trying to cure her disease. No, okay. So
bombs.
For me, she gets the virus, and the reason she needs to get the virus is because she needs to find someone.
What's the thing above Harley Quinn? What's it say?
Jailbird.
Okay.
So.
Just make sure you read that.
Harley was ecstatic that the heist at Wayne Enterprises went off so well.
Yeah.
Damn it. Sorry. She was furious that the pact abandoned her at the agency convoy
so we
raid.
did the same thing there, too.
Harley genuinely came to trust you after you exposed Catwoman as the thief of Riddler's laptop.
So that's our difference there.
Harley fell in love with John when he came to rescue her on the bridge.
I did very opposite things you did.
When Harley revealed... When you revealed Joker's duplicity about the map, Harley fell into a fit of rage. So basically, you can either like tell her that that Joker gave up the map or not, and if you, I don't know what would have happened if you didn't, but that's interesting.
So next up is Amanda Waller, director of the agency. You and 40.2% of players remain at a stalemate with her. Waller was pleased that you endorsed her authority by interrogating Riddler's henchmen at the GCPD. She disapproved of you calling Gordon after your first fight with Bane. Waller was beyond angry when you blew your cover with the Pact. She declared you an enemy of the state for siding with John Doe on the Gotham Bridge. Though your stalemate with Waller stands, she left Gotham as your enemy.
All right. So, director of the agency, for me, still. You and 35% of players have assurances she won't reveal your secret. Waller was furious that you tampered with her witness after
so you went with
Riddler,
Gordon's guy. Okay.
Yeah, Riddler first resurfaced in Gotham. She was disappointed when you called Gordon after your first fight with Bane. Waller was thankful that you maintained your cover with the Pact as long as you could. She was relieved when you tried to apprehend John Doe and Harley at the Gotham Bridge. After everything you've been through, Waller knows better than to reveal your secret.
Wow, very opposite Wallers.
Yeah.
This is cool.
I'm glad we took pictures of this.
So Jim Gordon, partners. You and 59.6% of players accepted Gordon's apology. Gordon was humbled that you would trust him with your secret association with Lucius Fox. When you interrogated Eli behind his back, Gordon felt betrayed, declaring your partnership over, which I didn't like. I was kind of pissed off I did that.
Wait, what was the last one?
I interrogated that dude behind his back.
And then he was all pissed off.
So with Waller thing?
Yeah, you did the opposite.
I did the opposite. Despite your recent falling out, he was surprised when you called him after Bane's initial attack. Gordon felt sick that he demanded you to give up Catwoman to a GCPD ambush. He was grateful when you forgave him for losing his self-control and letting Waller get to him.
All right. Commissioner Jim Gordon.
Oh, he's commissioned for you?
You and 28.6% of players asked Waller to have him reinstated.
Fuck.
Gordon was humbled that you would trust him with your secret association with Lucius Fox. Waller...
Okay, it looks the same.
Yeah. When Waller berated you for tampering with her witness, Maury, Gordon supported you. He felt trusted when you called him following Bane's initial attack. Gordon felt sick when he demanded you to give up Catwoman to the GCPD ambush.
Yep.
Having almost betrayed you to Joker, Gordon feels undeserving of being reinstated as commissioner.
Okay, so Gordon is very like, yo, like, I'm your partner, but like, I'm not in the GCPD.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Like,
yeah. Interesting. All right. Catwoman?
Hold on, I'm trying to get it up.
It's okay, we all have performance issues.
Yeah. There we go. Okay. Catwoman, agency asset. You and 23.5 of players said you loved her, but didn't gain her release. I don't think I got the option.
I'm curious what these other percentages are. Continue.
After her return to Gotham, Selina was relieved you said you thought redemption was possible. After you neglected to warn her about a GCPD ambush, Selina felt on the edge around you. Honestly, I thought she could just fucking handle it.
That's what I was saying. Like, for what?
The ambush.
Oh, yeah, same.
I
felt that way about the other thing, but I'll talk.
She was honored to be invited into the Batcave, your secret sanctum. Selina was horrified.
More things.
Selina was horrified that Harley sentenced you to death when you blew your cover with the Pact. Though you love her, you made no deals to have Selina removed from Waller's task force, a.k.a. the Suicide Squad.
All right, so...
It doesn't say that, I just added that.
Catwoman on the prowl. You and 2.6% of players wiped away Selina's criminal record. What the fuck, guys? After you neglected to warn her about the GCPD ambush, Selina felt on edge around you. She was honored to be invited into the Batcave, your secret sanctum. Selina felt betrayed that you blamed her for the theft of Riddler's laptop. Now that you had Waller clear Selina's criminal record, she has the freedom to decide her future.
Interesting.
So that's it for me. But by the end, she does still like me. She's like...
Yeah. She still likes me. I guess it just didn't release.
Yeah.
All right, so next up is Amanda Vesta, who I'm pretty sure is not a comic book character at all.
No, she's brand new.
Yeah. COO, Wayne Enterprises. You and 54.9% of players asked her to come work for you. Vesta was traumatized by Riddler's game and the loss of her hearing.
Okay.
Did that happen for you?
Yeah, no, that's just confusing to me because mine is a different percentage.
Because you played it later than I did.
Oh, yeah. But barely. Not even.
I took these when I beat it.
I took these as soon as I beat it, too.
When'd you beat it?
Not even a week after. A week after.
I beat it night one.
Okay. So I beat it like 2 days after. I guess, yeah, so that's... Yeah.
She was thankful you let it slide when you admitted she revealed your secret identity to Waller. Avesta was worried when John Doe refused your help finding Harley after she escaped Sanctus. After helping you blackmail Waller, Avesta is hopeful about her new position in Wayne Enterprises.
All right. So, same for me. COO, Wayne Enterprises. See, this is weird. You and 27% of players got Waller to agree to you'd give her a job. Avesta felt guilty for having survived the Riddler's game when her partner Blake didn't. She was thankful you let it slide when she admitted she revealed.
So did you make her lose her hearing?
No.
Okay, so I saved Blake instead of her, and she lost her hearing.
Okay, interesting. Yeah. So Avesta was intrigued by the fact that you trusted John Doe to find Harley after she escaped Sanctus. Though you told her it wasn't her fault, she feels conflicted about her role in creating the Joker. She left the agency and is now overjoyed that she is joining Wayne Enterprises.
Okay. So, similar situations, I just think that...
Slight tweaks.
My Wi-Fi's being weird.
So, you want me to start Tiffany?
Oh, for me, it's...
Alfred. Yeah, you skipped. For some reason, Tiff was before Amon for me. But go for it. Go for Alfred.
Hold on.
Technical difficulties, sorry.
Did I skip? I don't think I have. Maybe I didn't take a screenshot of Tiffany's.
Oh, no. Should I just talk about mine then, really quick?
Yeah, go for it.
All right. So, protege, Tiffany Fox. You and 80.6% of players took Tiffany under your wing. Tiffany felt betrayed when you admitted you were involved in Lucius's death. She was worried for you when you told her to hide while you helped Harley steal the phalanx key, whatever that is. Phalanx key. After she realized you were working with the agency, she regretted calling the GCPD on you. She was at first confused, but then completely blown away when you told her that you were Batman. Now Tiffany is repenting for the murder of Riddler under your watchful mentorship.
Okay. Yeah, like I think, but it's pretty clear that we have very different Tiffany's.
Of course.
All right, let's see if Alfred's is going to open. There we go. What the hell? There we go. All right. Parts unknown. Alfred Pennyworth. You and 58 of players let Alfred go rather than giving up Batman's crusade. Because fuck him. After he watched the footage,
he raised you.
After you watched the footage of Lucius' violent demise, Alfred was filled with vengeance.
Had that one too.
When you failed to dissuade Tiffany from joining the agency, Alfred feared for her well-being. After collapsing in the Batcave, Alfred felt reassured when you agreed that he needed a vacation. He soon became gravely concerned by Batman's continued influence on the vigilante Joker. Alfred left Wayne Manor, anguished that your crusade against criminals would consume you, and it will consume me.
All right. So, family. Alfred Pennyworth. You and 36% of players gave up the mantle of Batman. After you watched the footage of Lucius's violent demise, Alfred was filled with vengeance. When you told Tiffany your secret, Alfred was relieved to no longer be keeping it from her. After collapsing in the Batcave, Alfred, I don't even remember doing this. Alfred was distressed by your dismissal of his condition. I was like, fuck off, Alfred. Apparently, his outlook on Batman's influence darkened after John became villainous Joker. So
in the same way, he still doesn't like the Batman you are.
Mm-hmm. When you decide to give up the cowl, Alfred became cautiously optimistic about your shared future.
Fuck you, Alfred.
I'm gonna be Batman next. That's fine.
So next for me is John Doe.
Yep.
John Doe, Nemesis. You and 2.3% of players told Joker you were never friends. John...
You piece of shit.
I don't care. John was annoyed when you blew him off at Lucius's funeral, refusing to meet his friends. He was heartbroken when Harley was left behind in the convoy raid. John was shocked you blew cover with Harley, inviting her wrath. After you trusted him in the funhouse, John devoted himself to helping you clean up Gotham. When you told Joker that you were never friends, he was more than happy to be enemies.
All right, so best enemy, John Doe. You and 31% of players agreed that the two had some good times together. So, when he found you at Lucius's funeral, John was thrilled that you agreed to meet his friends. He was heartbroken when you left Harley behind at the convoy raid. He was grateful that you took his advice and blamed Catwoman for stealing the Riddler's laptop. When you betrayed his trust, John finally realized his potential as villainous Joker. While he appreciated that you shared some good times together, Joker showed that with a swift knife to the gut.
Do you have Bane next?
No, I don't have Bane.
Who do you have next?
Nothing. That's the end. I got some... Okay, so did you give up the cow so that Alfred would stay? You and 36% of players told Alfred you would give it up. 5%. Wow. So 5.7% of players just refused to even hear his last words.
Whose?
Alfred's. Like when he said, you can just say fuck off immediately.
Yeah, I'm trying to...
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Bane's dead.
Oh, okay. Did you save Willie or Agent Harrison? I saved Willie, which was not Joker's dude. It wasn't a Bane one. Did you agree to hand over Joker to Waller? You and 68.5% of players refused to hand over Joker to Waller. And did you give up the cow so Alfred would stay? You and 58% of players chose you would never give being up Batman.
Yep, you and 36. I was the opposite, 36.
And 57 point, and then there was 5.7 refused to hear his words, and then 36 told Alfred to give up being Batman. Which Joker did you defeat? 55.1 Vigilante Joker, and then...
I had 44%.
Yeah, 44.9 for...
Villain. All right, so One other thing, you and 95% of other players had Waller use her influence. Interesting. You and 76% heard Gordon back out of his deal with Joker. You and 64.8% of players refused to shake hands with the Joker.
He tried to shake your hand?
When he walks in the first time, he's like, "Nice to meet you, Bruce," like or something like, and then he just couldn't deny it. Hey, fuck off.
All right,
but
so closing thoughts. I really do think Batman Season 2 is one of Telltale's
finest
best
seasons. Yeah. And I think honestly, this is a game that I think is worth picking up Season 1, playing the shit out of that if you haven't, and then rolling right into Season 2 because they're just fun little.
I think it's going to be a while before we get Season 3 because
100%.
we do have Walking Dead coming out next. They did announce
Wolf
Among Us Season 2. And who knows? I don't think they're going to do another Tales from the Borderlands, or they're going to do a new one. No, the other one I never played, the Minecraft one.
Yeah, that would.
I'll probably get it if it's on sale at some point.
Yeah, I mean,
that is.
Oh
yeah, that's you.
I think that about. Yeah, no, you're fine. I think that about wraps us up.
That's your.
Overall, go play this game. I think definitely. But thank you all for watching today. You can find us on Facebook.com/The Network, as well as Twitter and Instagram @TheDelcoNerds, YouTube.com/The Network. For Gooch, I've been Trio. Thanks for watching, guys, and stay nerdy.